Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time for a new vlog. As you can see, I got my canvas put up. So I hung up the new vanilla classic WoW canvas wall hang. That's what it looks like. That's about how big it is relative to the other posters. And then I flipped some of the posters over to see a new side of them and then kind of rearrange them. But as you can see, they don't like to hang straight and the lights like to reflect off of them and the canvas looks way better. And I noticed that while I was putting it up. I was putting it up and I was like, man, this night elf looks really good. And it was 12 bucks instead of like 60, and then I went and ordered the other 4 that were on sale. I wasn't gonna, but then I did. So I don't know when those will get here. They're really backed up in the gear store as far as order processing. From what I'm hearing, everybody that made a second order is like still waiting. They must be just on fire at that warehouse, trying to get everything together and sorted out and shipped out. So no idea when they're coming. That's totally fine. I'm not in a big rush. I knew that they were backed up on processing when I ordered them. I'm just glad they didn't sell out. The 4 that were on sale, I was able to get Burning Crusade, Cataclysm, Mop, and Warlords, so there will not be a Wrath one randomly. That'll just be kind of missing, and there also won't be a Legion one. And the Legion one was also on sale, but it was only on sale for $40, not like $12, and while it would be really cool, and I may eventually want like a whole set, I have probably spent enough money on the Blizzard Spring Clearance sale. If you missed my unboxing video, just like, look at like my army. There's too many of them. I was thinking of maybe going to IKEA this weekend and trying to pick up like a vertical shelf to get all of my plushies arranged, because it was fine having them on the floor, having like a picnic when there was like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, but I have like over 20 now, I think. At least over 12. I haven't counted lately, but I have a lot of them now, and it's starting to look a little bit goofy just have them all lined up on the floor, so I might get them like a nice shelf. I was thinking of like a big flat rock and then like a little palm tree and making like a Murloc Island, but then I was like, that's too far. That is going too far. As far as WoW goes, I unlocked flying this week. I got it on Tuesday when the new campaign step unlocked. I was starting to get a little bit worried while I was doing the campaign, because this week was the new step of the class campaign where we got our Order Hall follower. And I was doing that and I was like, this doesn't give rep, this doesn't give rep, this one doesn't give rep, this next one also doesn't give rep, this one isn't even in the Broken Shore, how could it possibly give rep? And none of them were giving rep, and I was starting to get real worried that this was like a repless week of the campaign and that I wasn't going to get it that day because I really wanted it. But thankfully, the final step of that campaign did give 1500 rep. I did unlock my flying, and it's the best thing ever. WoW is 200% better, easily, when you can just fly around and do all the stuff. World quests? So much better. So this is a little bit cheesy, but the Kirin Tor quest, not only the Magic of Flight ones where you go get the item, cheesable with flying, but the Like the Wind one where you go like through the bubbles and into the thing, also cheesable with flying. You just kind of get up on your bird and you go into the thing, and it's like, hooray, you did it! And I'm like, yep, I sure did. So yeah, if you, for whatever reason, if you play WoW at all, and you have decided that you yourself do not need flying and that you're not going to unlock it, I beg you, for your own sake, to reconsider. It is so nice. It makes world quests so much easier. Just like, you know, you want to do a Warden Tower because there's AP. You fly to the top. You just fly to the top and then you kill it, and then you can fly to the bottom. You don't have to do all the stairs. There's so many reasons why flying is just a magical thing to have, and I really sincerely hope that anybody that plays WoW for longer than 16 minutes a week goes and gets it, because oh my gosh, it's amazing. What else happened? In Emerald Nightmare this week, I actually got my hidden appearance off of Il'gynoth for my shadow weapon. I feel like I'm the last person on the planet to get their hidden appearance, because I think like everybody, at least all the people I know, were getting theirs like early in Legion, and for whatever reason it just wouldn't drop for me. But I finally got it, and I didn't like it when I was looking at it before I got it. But then it dropped and it applied to my weapon, and it's like, oh yeah, that is cool. And now I really want the purple one, so I'm doing a bunch of world quests with my handy dandy flying mounts. I'm doing a bunch of world quests to unlock the purple version of it. But I like my little Claw of Il'gynoth. And randomly, I actually got the Holy Priest one to drop from Halls of Valor. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, obviously I knew there was an appearance, but I had no idea what it was or where it came from. But I had the thing drop, and then I got the Holy Appearance, and that one looks good. I don't even do much Holy Priesting, but I might have to now that I have a staff that looks, it's got a little angel lady on it with like the wings and like, oh man, it's amazing. Good week for hidden appearances. Not such a good week for legendaries. I got Norganon's Foresight, and I don't want them. I want Safus. The Mage Tower is back up, and best of luck to everybody who's looking to pull that again, to give it another chance at their challenge appearance. I refuse to go in there until I get Safus. I'm not doing it. I will go in there and try it again when I have Safus, and whatever gear I've managed to amass between now and getting Safus. Until then, I'm not touching it. I'm pretending it's not there. I'm just going to benefit from the extra Mage Tower like AP traits and just ignore it. Just fly right on by. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again. The amount of WoW that I've been playing lately, I don't think it's going to be too long in between legendaries. I've been doing I've been doing Emerald Nightmare and TOV on normal and heroic, just for like AP, but I feel like that has to add to your legendary counter a good bit. We'll find out. On that note, I have been playing way too much WoW. I mentioned last week that I was addicted to the artifact power grind. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed in the slightest. I have been going a little bit too hard to the extent that my hands are starting to feel it. I sit down and I start playing WoW, my hands are just like, please don't. Please let us sleep. So I've been trying to stretch a little bit more and lift my weights a little bit more, because that always helps. If I'm lifting weights every day, I don't get nearly as much pain in my hands from repetitive stress disorder. So need to get back on that train. What else? 7.2.5 PTR is rolling. They never even really took the PTR down from 7.2. They just kind of kept it right going. And that's got class changes, and it's got some new pet dungeons. Dead Mines, and then I think there was one more. I forget which one. But I'm definitely going to try and go check those out as soon as I get some time. That's definitely high on my list. I'm excited that they've decided to continue with the pet dungeon format. I think it worked really well in the Wailing Caverns. I like doing the Wailing Caverns. I like the rewards from it. And I like the fact that the rewards are such that once you get them, you can be done and move on. The Celestial Tournament got a little bit tiring because of how many weeks it took to get all of the stuff from it. And while it may be a similar amount of weeks with the Wailing Caverns, you can at least, with the Wailing Caverns, buy the extra pets if you want. Or, you know, if you really like gold, you can keep doing it forever and then sell the extra pets, probably for a lot, because there's probably a lot of people that don't want to go do Wailing Caverns. Yeah, new pet dungeons on the 7.2.5 PTR. I will, of course, be taking a look at those, and I can't wait to see what they have to offer. I'm really impressed with the speed at which they've actually been rolling out content between, you know, launch to 7.1 to 7.1.5 to 7.2 to 7.2.5 now. I think they've got a really good pace that they're managing, and if they can keep up this amount of content in this raid release schedule without having a big gap at the end before the next expansion, I'm going to be so impressed. I think that's going to be so good for the game. I feel like Legion's in a pretty good state right now. It's obviously got issues, but just anecdotally looking at like me and my friends in my guild, there are so many more people playing all the time, especially since 7.2. There's been just a ton of activity and a lot of people saying that they're really enjoying the game. They're really having fun in WoW. So I think Legion so far has been doing pretty well. And if they can keep this momentum rolling, they've got a really good thing going. So I'm really happy with the pace. Really happy with the pace of the content so far. As far as Nighthold goes, now that we're really on farm mode, I like the AP I get from Nighthold, but there's definitely no more good gear in there for me, unless Gul'dan like coughs up with another relic or a trinket, but that guy hates me. I'm starting to feel a little bit sort of ready for Tomb of Sargeras. Obviously, we've got at least another month or two. I don't remember exactly how many weeks. I probably should be counting, but it's probably going to be like early summer, very late spring by the time we get Tomb of Sargeras. So it's not going to be for a little bit, but it is going to be. It's on the horizon. We know that it's in development. We know that they're working on it. We know that it's coming, and we know that it's not going to be like 6 months or anything crazy like that. So I think that's the most important thing. It's okay to be on content that you don't want to be doing forever when you know that it won't be forever. When Tomb of Sargeras comes out, I do think I want to do video guides like I did for Trial of Valor. I skipped over those during Nighthold, and I think I actually want to take the time when Tomb comes out to do those video guides. They're not going to be ahead of the raid release like some people do, because I'm not testing them on the PTR. Any video guide is going to have to be after I clear that fight with my guild, so they're not going to be on the cutting edge of release, but I do still want to get out a full video guide for every boss in Tomb of Sargeras once we come around to that, so that's my plan. Something else I wanted to talk about. So I haven't been doing Sunday videos for the last couple weeks, and I won't have one this weekend because, again, I haven't gotten started yet, but I know what I want to do now, and I'm going to need your help. So if any of you are actively playing Arena still, I need your 3v3 arena game VODs. Current patch, I need game recordings. Basically, I want to get some practice at casting games. I tried it a little tiny bit ages ago trying to cast some skirmishes. That didn't go so great, but nobody's good at anything the first time. So I want to do a regular Sunday series where I cast viewer game VODs. Rating doesn't matter. You can send me skirmish games if you want. I just want 3v3 game VODs to kind of cast and then put into a video to put it every Sunday just to get some regular practice at casting arena matches, and I think that would be a fun thing to do. And that'll bring like a little element of PvP to the channel because it's a little bit unfair that I've just completely abandoned it. So that's my plan. Ideally record them with OBS so that the file sizes aren't super huge. If you've never used OBS, I actually have a video guide that walks you right through how to record. Very easy. Free piece of software, by the way. You don't have to spend any money. So if you can record with OBS, preferably as an MP4, and then email that file to me at hazelnuttygames@gmail.com, then I can take a look at those VODs and then cast them and edit them together into a regular Sunday series, and you might see your games on the channel on the weekends. As far as this afternoon on stream, I am not going to promise anything, but I am toying with the idea of leading a normal difficulty Nighthold speedrun for AP. So I haven't done normal Nighthold this week. I want to try and lead an overgeared raid through it. Because I've never led a raid before, and because I want it to be a relatively quick run, because it takes me a long time to do anything on stream because I'm usually distracted. But I want to try and lead like an overgeared normal Nighthold speed run for AP this afternoon on stream. If that ends up not being a go, then the other thing I was thinking about, or if it just ends up being really quick, the other thing I was thinking about was forming a carry group to do 4 to 6 keys, to do viewers 4 to 6 keys. So we put together like 4 people, well, me plus 3 other people that are like 900 plus, and then we get one person that's got like a 4, 5, or 6 key, and then we just blast through their key, and then we just cycle people through like that. So either one of those things, or maybe both if we have time, are kind of what I'm thinking. And the theme there is, what are things that we can do on stream that get everybody some more artifact power? So that's what I've been thinking. Before I go, big thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, particularly the 5 new ones that we got this month. We are much closer to the goal for a monthly baking stream, and I'm just really touched, and I just really can't thank you guys enough for the support through that. It's hard to explain how fiscally valuable the Patreon support is to me. I don't think I could do what I do without the support I get on Patreon, so thank you again so much. And if anybody has any questions they would like answered on the vlog, just leave them as comments on the most recent vlogs. I read through all the comments in last week's vlog, and we had a ton of comments, and we had some good discussions going on, but I didn't actually see any questions, unless I missed them. But anyways, any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!